Everyone always asks when they should upgrade their Dark Seal to a Mejai's. Well, I'm an Evelyn Diamond Jungle main, and I've played over 3,000 games with Dark Seal in my inventory. Hopefully my thought process can help you out in your games. For those of you who need a refresher, I'm going to do a really brief overview of Mejai's and how it works to get the boring stuff out of the way. So Mejai's is built from the component Dark Seal, which costs 350 gold. It's pretty great item. Never be afraid to buy it in the early stages of the game because the stats that it gives, the AP and the health that it gives you, are pretty much worth the 350 gold that you pay for it. And so any stacks that you build up on top of that are just the cherry on top. The way that it works is that every time you get an assist, you get 1 stack on your Dark Seal. If you get a kill, you get 2 stacks on your Dark Seal. If you die, you lose 5 stacks on your Dark Seal, and it stacks up to a maximum of 10. Every stack that you have gives you an extra 4 AP. So if I stacked it up to 10 stacks, I'd have 40 extra AP. Now, you can upgrade this Dark Seal at any time. It just costs 1,150 gold to upgrade to Mejai's Soulstealer. Upgrading it gives you a tiny bit more base stats, including if you have 10 stacks on your Dark Seal, it gives you a bunch of movement speed. It also increases the limit of stacks that you can have from 10 to 25. There is also this double or nothing type of vibe because every time that you get a kill, instead of getting 2 stacks, you get 4. For assists, instead of 1 stacks, you get 2. And on deaths, instead of losing 5, you lose 10. It is indeed a risky gambit. However, if you're able to fully stack your Dark Seal, you end up getting an item that has a stat value of 3,000 gold-ish for only the price of 1,500 gold. In the right hands, and when used carefully, this item completely breaks the game. Okay, so now let's answer the more nuanced question of how do I avoid inting when buying Mejai's? And let's be honest, we've all done it. You probably just got done with a game where your mid laner kept pinging your 0-stacked Mejai's. Well, don't worry, you're in a safe space. And congratulations on finding this video. We can probably reduce your inting to about half of what it used to be. The way to do that is by following these 2 rules, which I've made up, that help me know when to upgrade my Dark Seal to a Mejai's. There's also some guidelines that I've given as well that are more thought processes that I go through when purchasing the item. Rule number 1 is that I never upgrade it before I hit 6 stacks. 6 stacks feels nice because you're only 1 kill away from getting the movement speed bonus. The second rule that I always follow is that I never buy it if there is a Rengar or a Shaco in my game. Walking out of base with a 10 item Mejai's and dying will lose you games, so whenever there's a Rengar or Shaco, I just deem it too risky and I don't buy the item. Other champions that make me consider not buying the item are Kayn, Kha'Zix, Kiana, Akali, Talon, and Morgana. Basically, the idea is that if they're able to kill you in a surprising way, or they have lots of movement or CC, they're very sticky, then you're going to have a tough time ensuring that you can keep your Mejai's stacked. The rest of the rules that I have are not so much rules as they are guidelines or thought processes that you should follow when making the decision. If I'm in base about to buy the item and I have flash up, that makes me more likely to buy it. If I'm in base and I have ult up, that also makes me more likely to buy it. If I'm in base and I feel like I'm about to walk out of base to kind of a chill game state where there's not going to be a really big fight where both teams are neck and neck and it's very even and I don't know how it's going to go, that makes me want to buy it. If there is a big fight and it does feel like it's going to be fairly even and I can't know the outcome of the fight beforehand, I don't want to buy Mejai's because I want to buy whatever else with that 1,200 gold that will make me strong for that fight. If I'm going to have to steal an objective, I don't want to buy Mejai's because it's likely that I might die trying to steal the objective. If I'm going to have to face check vision because my team needs to go fight a dragon that they have vision control of, I will not buy it because that's also a dangerous situation that I cannot see the outcome of. There is an interesting scenario that I think is worth noting. And in this scenario, I basically throw out most of the rules I just said, except those first 2. And it's the situation where your team sucks and you have to carry super hard. In that situation, I will always buy Mejai's, even if the game feels really scary and I might die. But I will make sure that I first have 10 stacks. In those scrappy games You have to always be strong, and buying Mejai's makes your power curve dip down at the point of purchase, and then obviously your power curve grows further than it should be able to as you get kills and stack the Mejai's. It's actually really cool, and it breaks the game in a way because it creates this moment where your champion chooses to be less strong when you buy it, and then you get this massive payout at the end, and it can take your champion that's maybe B tier at 30 minutes and make it A tier at 30 minutes. I'm a huge advocate of buying Mejai's because it allows you to be more in control of your games, and it also teaches you to not die and that value in staying alive. Just remember not to buy Mejai's at the wrong time when you need to be strong. It might feel like a BAMF move, but buying a large rod is way more valuable than people realize. Let me know in the comments down below what y'all are struggling with in solo queue, and I'll see what I can do to help. Also, subscribe if you like content like this. I'm working on an in-depth Evelyn guide that's way too in-depth, and it's going to be cool, hopefully. Check it out if that's something that you're into. Thanks!